Hi YouTube, this is Tookie Blue Eyes, and today I came out to make myself some char cloth. I'm planning on a little trip to the mountains and needed some char cloth, and I can't seem to find my old tin that I usually use, so I have this tin. It's used to be a Sonic toy, and it's already got some holes put in it. And basically all char cloth is a t-shirt that you've cut up into certain size pieces, and you put into a tin like this into a fire. And one thing I did want to discuss with you all, and you see I have my fail-safe fire kit here, which comes with cotton balls already in it. You could check out my video on that if you're curious. But I wanted to talk to you all about ways to start a fire. Now everybody carries a Bic and matches as a fire starting tool, but the one tool that I feel is the best tool to have in a survival situation or in an outdoor situation, any kind of situation that you could think of where you're going to need fire, is a Firesteel. And this one here is the old Light My Fire Army steel. And I have the new 2.0 version, and that has a whistle that's built into the striker itself. And anyway, you need something that's not just going to make fire, but something that's going to give you fire. And this is always going to give you a spark. As long as you have the appropriate tinder and the appropriate, like a feather stick, appropriate kindling to go with it, this is always a guaranteed fire. And wet, wind, rain, it doesn't matter. This is going to give you fire, and it far outdoes a Bic and matches in my point of view. Now in here I have some Fatwood sticks and some, in this little shotgun case, I have Fatwood shavings. Oh, spilled a little bit, that's okay. And this is always a guaranteed fire for me. I've never had trouble getting a fire with just the Fatwood. But today I'm going to be using cotton balls to go ahead and start my tinder bundle with. Anyway, I'm going to be using cotton balls, and inside this little straw here I keep Vaseline, and you could just take the top off, unfold the top, and squeeze it out, and it doesn't get all over your stuff when it's in here. So that's a good way to carry your Vaseline separate from your dry cotton balls. But the thing that I love the most is this stuff, Murrays Beeswax, and it's a pomade, and it contains the finest imported beeswax derived from the Australian honeybee, and the excretion provides a stiff wax that is soft and easy to apply. And this is basically for styling needs, but it makes a great soak for your cotton balls. So I put all this back in here. I'm not going to be using that right now. So basically you just get a little dab of it on your cotton ball, and you don't really need that much cotton. I just, you know, rub it on there real good and stretch it out, and that makes a really good fine tinder. And these are just my personal preferences, little information I'd like to pass on to you, the viewer. So I'm going to get my tinder bundle going and get to making that char cloth, and I'll get right back with you. It's just a sloppy made thing, which is okay. It'll work. It's worked for me a million times. No reason it shouldn't work now. But this is why the Firesteel is such a great tool to have, is it always provides a spark. Okay, now that our fire is going pretty well, I'm just going to wait for it to die down just a little bit, or not. But go ahead and take this tin full of t-shirt. Remember I showed you it was full of t-shirt material. Try not to put anything that has graphics on it, because that's just going to ruin the whole effect. Try to get the pieces that don't have any markings on it, any graphics on it, any paint on it. And all you're going to do is place it right on there and wait for it to start smoking. And I'll show you that once it starts smoking. The wind's kind of whipping it away, but I don't know if you could see that, but there's a little bit of smoke coming out from that corner hole. And that's what we're looking for, because that lets us know that it's charring inside that tin. Basically what you're doing is you're superheating the t-shirt material that's in that tin without burning it, so it doesn't turn to ash. You don't want to leave it on there so long that it'll turn to ash, because it will turn to flaky, crusty, ashy stuff inside that tin if you don't take it off of the fire in time. And usually you know when that time has come, when those holes have stopped breathing that chemical mixture of smoke that comes out of that t-shirt. Let that cool down a little bit. There, now that we have it off the fire and cooled down a bit, let's open up to see what we've made. Ah, char cloth. See what you want. You don't want it to be crusty and flaky and break really easy. You just want it to look like this. This is perfect char cloth right here, and this will take a spark very easily. In fact, let me show you. So we have our bit of char cloth. I'm going to show you how well that takes a spark. I can get to sit still while I get out my Swedish Firesteel, my Light My Fire Army model Firesteel. And once again, this is a very viable way for you to get fire. It works. It has hundreds of thousands of strikes in it. You see the diameter of that? Very fat, very long. Strike Force is another good tool. They're a little shorter, a little bulkier. Stick one of these in your pocket when you go out and you've got it covered. So here, I'm going to show you how well this takes a spark. Okay, you can already see the glowing embers, and the wind itself is doing it for me. I don't even have to blow on it. But you see how well that works? And you just blow on that inside of a bird's nest that you've created out of your own tinder bundle. Ow. And, well, if the wind would quit blowing, and you just blow on that with a tinder bundle, and you're pretty much guaranteed fire. So, in my opinion, the best fire starting tool that you could have is a Firesteel, a flinted steel, ferrocerium rod, Swedish Firesteel, doesn't matter if it's a ferrocerium rod. These are great tools to have, and the best tinders to have. Number one for me is Fatwood. Number two would be cotton balls soaked in Murrays Beeswax, and number three would be char cloth. So, look into it, people. And thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. May Mother Nature always be at your side. Take care.